let's see if we can do this 100%. I click it. Now I build this thing up. Oh, here they come. They're going to be hitting me. Oh, well. Come on, get it up to 100%. I might die here. This is a hard thing. We'll drop it down our war banner. We'll use our... Oh, it's not so bad so far. Was that it? Oh, no, there's a bad guy right there. There we go, 100%. I think we did it. Nice. Hello and welcome to Path of Exile. I wanted to make another version of the how to get tanky video, but a quicker version, less detailed, and see which ones people like more. The more detailed or this. So let's go get right into it before this video gets too long. I will put a link to the other video in the description below, but this is going to be it. So let's go over our gear first. Get a lot of life. Get resistances if you can. It's a basic thing, and then look for some armor on there. Well, what this build does not have is any spell suppression and some evasion. So if I look at my character right over here, 11,000, 12,000 armor, 5,000 evasion. I could go, if you had 2,000 evasion, I'd be happy with that. It doesn't, or 0 evasion. You could even try that out. But basically, you want to get your armor up to about 12,000, and I'll show you how to do that. It's not nearly as hard as it used to be. So, just go out and buy a helm that has some armor on it, decent armor, 700-800 armor, and if it has some evasion, great. And then make sure that it has life, and then if possible, a suffix open, because if we look at the suffix at the bottom there, we can craft on some kind of random resist with some chaos, or if it has chaos already on it as a buff, great. Now you have two options here. You can go with armor that has a life mod on it or doesn't. If it doesn't have it on there, a high life roll, and it can't have any like even a regen on there would count as a life mod, then you can take something like this and add 15% increased life. So just to put it in perspective, this armor actually grants me, if I take it off, oh, I'm sorry, if we take this off, we refund this passive. Watch it, we're at 6,000. Oh, a little over 300. So let's put this back on. 5,700. About 370 health from that. Not bad. But that's only if you find a piece of armor that doesn't have any life on it. And that's what I did. I got this armor for like 1 or 2 divine. It has tons of armor on it, tons of some evasion, but then it doesn't have any life rolls, but it had a bunch of resists. And I said, you know what? I can find a way to use it. So I did it. Cool. Then I went with the Vermilion ring with the increased maximum life. Nice. I might even replace this ring with a max life, because then I could get that on there, and it has chaos on it. So chaos and life and resists. Cool. And some stats if you want. Over here, I needed what did I need on there? Oh, I needed I don't have any life gain on hit anymore. And I'm still 11. I thought I had life gain on hit. I don't. Oop. Well, if you can get some, that'd be great. Maybe I should get some back. I don't know, but I'm having fun. So we went over this. You can get the max life. I'd probably go with 2 Vermilion rings and then get some chaos on there if you can. Depends. Just mix and match. Boots. Now, I was a big stress. I was like, I want to go fast. Well, guess what? The next pair of boots are just going to have the 30% movement speed, maybe a little bit more. But they won't have that 11% if I haven't been hit recently. I don't really need it. And then I just wanted some chaos on there and a big life roll. So life, resistance, you can see a pattern here. And I also needed some dexterity, so I got that. So you can mix in some stats too. Oh, 1 second. And we'll just put in a D&D mode. Let's see how we can do that. Let's see. There we go. So back into this. Now we won't be disturbed. Noticing a pattern here, right? If you're a melee, and this is basically for melees, these gloves are actually really, I think they might be best in slot. You don't need rage on hit to actually activate them and almost instantly get your max rage. Now I wish that wasn't the case, because then I could get some rage on hit and actually raise my max rage, but for right now it's a trade-off. I went with no rage on hit and these gloves still give it. And they also raise the skill level of all your melee gems. So my melee gem is level 24, which really is important now because gems scale with level much better since 3.25. So keep that in mind as well. All right, so we went over all that. There's the basic gear. We're going to go over this last. This is the thing that you'll be able to afford last. Right now, the price is dropping, though. I think you can get it for like 10 to 15 divine, which is dirt cheap. Maybe not the best rolls on the other stuff, but that... let's go over this item right now. This item, see how it says gain? This is a tier 0. This is a really powerful, even though they nerfed it, amulet. And it's gained 21% of missing or unreserved life before you take the hit. So if let's say I'm at 6,000 health. Let's say I'm at 3,000. Well, I'm missing 3,000 health. And somebody hits me for 1 damage. Or so, let's say 100 damage. Well, I'm going to get healed for 21% of 3,000. That's 10% is 300. So 600-ish damage. And then I'll get so it'll actually heal me for 5. That 100 health hit will heal me for a total of 500 instead of that. So the guys that are hitting me are healing me. Now you can still get one shot through all this, but one shots aren't that common, especially if we're not doing bosses. And this is a casual play. You're going to be working your way up to this gear. And then this one's the last piece. Now, if you can save up and get this first, that's a pretty important piece, and it's really nice to have. If not, just load up with a bunch of life on here and have at it. You can get a really high life roll, and then if you want, you can even get, I think, Blood Drinker? Let's see. Blood Drinker is right here. 10% increased maximum life, recover 2% of life on kill. You could anoint that on there. And how do we get that? Let's see. Opalescent silver. So you could go through your Cassia over here, or if you have an anoint tab, you can put that on there and anoint it on there. Pretty nice. Last thing I'm going to put on here, it's a belt that's kind of overlooked. And it's this one right here, the Immortal Flesh. It regenerates. It gives you 11 mana and almost 400 life. Now, there's two things that are important here. Make sure that the resist all, see the range there? It can be negative 15 to negative 25. This is a negative 15 one, so it's the least worst. And then I used Fertile Catalysts, and Fertile Catalysts do this. Let's go into meta. Fertile Catalysts. These can cost about 6 chaos each. So you're looking at 120 chaos to Fertile Catalyst this thing all the way up. And it adds to your life rolls on this, and the mana and the regen. So it made it even better. This thing started out as a 333 regen, and it went all the way up to 399. Same thing with this. I used the Fertile Catalyst on that, and it helped with the unreserved life. It started out as like an 18, and it went to 21. Same thing with this mantle. So I've spent a lot of these Fertile Catalysts to boost these rings up and give better results on this stuff. And not only that, you want to make sure your armor is qualitied up. It gives you better armor results by a lot. It's a more multiplier. So I think that's all the gear. And then these. Just make sure you're not duplicating the suffix. If I hold down Alt, see the suffix there? It says 52% armor. Just you can't duplicate them. They'll get overwritten, and it's a bad thing. It'll overwrite it. So just make sure you have different mixes here. And if you need more armor, get one for armor. Let's say don't use maybe this one and just use a pure armor one. I didn't need it, so I just went with this one. And then make sure that they're all auto-used, used automatically. Nice stuff, easy stuff. I think that's the basics. And then lastly, the tree. You're just basically looking around for a bunch of stuff like this. Here's a big life node. You can just type life and you'll find life nodes. There's that trick if you don't have any armor mods or life mods on your chest armor. There's life all over. And then on top of that, if you get a gem like this, the Unnatural Instinct, what this does is, see how this big long circle here? This single gem gives me all those stats, because whatever is unallocated in this zone, it treats it as allocated as far as the small passives. So it gives me this, that, all of those, gives me that one, and that one, and all these movement ones. And it even gives me some of these too. And then it gives me these 3. So I just come up this way. I don't need projectile damage, so I click, click, and right there, drop it off. But it unallocated that one, so I lost 10 strength, but I don't care about that. So those are, I think that's the gist of it there. Looks good. And, Purity of Elements. Sorry about that, I don't know if it paused there or not. Purity of Elements. If you run this, I use blood magic, so I don't use any mana at all. But that means I can only really run one aura for free. So I link Purity of Elements to Eternal Blessing. That allows me to use this 50% aura for free. Otherwise, it would take half my health. Like if I went like this and took this off of here and turned this on, half my health would be gone. Not cool. Put this on, and I get it all back. Now, what this does is you want to quality it up to 20 as well, and see how it adds the 5%. So in total, we get 34% to all of our resistances. Great. But then the key here is we are immune to scorched, ignited, chilled, can't be frozen, can't be brittled, can't be shocked. That's a big one. And sapped. I'll let you look up all those. But those are all things you don't want to be. And now we're immune from them. And that just makes life so much easier. And then, with the rest of the stuff, I focus on damage. It's a lot of fun. You can do Forbidden Jewels, the Forbidden Flesh Jewels, and get a 5th Ascendancy. So right here, I'm a Juggernaut. I've got my 4 points that you can spend through going to the lab. So I 1, 2, 3, 4, right here. 8 points total spent. But then I also have, because of this, these 2 jewels that I put in. This one and this one, it allocates Aspect of Carnage, which is 40% more damage from the Berserker Ascendancy. So I get to snag one of those. Now, it can only be snagged from, a Marauder type Ascendancy, but that's great. And then now I get more damage from that. Very cool. Nice stuff. I hope this helps, and this is a shorter version, to the point. And this is meant for casual players. Other players, the more advanced things is to get 100% spell suppression. Stack up your endurance charges to 8 or 10 or more. Get your evasion up to 95%. Get your armor up to 30 or 40 or 50,000. All these things with life at 5,000 at least. But I just take it the easy way. I turn things on, I go have fun, and I'll even do a little demo. Tier 16, just a regular elk, or not elk, but an elk and go map. I qualityed it up with 4 chisels. We'll throw it in here. This adds to the quantity or quality, and then I wanted some more sulfite, and I wanted some more fun with that one too. So I just throw those in, activate it up. Oh, and we have the altars going, the Searing Exarch altars. So let's go see how we can do in here. This is meant to be, I'll just do a little bit here. Easy stuff, pop through, grab a shrine. Let's read what that one says. It's probably going to do bad things. I want the one that does, I don't want scarabs or, yeah, I'll take this bottom one. I don't know what it actually did, but it's bad negative modifiers on the map, but I'm okay. I feel pretty tanky. Just knocking through things. Nice. Ooh, influencing scarab. I'll take that. I'll come back to this stuff. Let's go kill stuff. Ooh. Oh, let's do a 100%. Let's see if we can live through this. Alright, we got a little bit of a buff there. Let's see if we can do a 100% Verisium thing. Here we go. So that gives you the idea. We'll just wrap up these things. I'll go do all this and grab this, but this is supposed to be a shorter video, so I'm just giving you an idea that this is very viable. I don't push any buttons. I just steer around. I've got a side button there. Can we do this? I don't know. Let's do that. And I'm just walking through everything, having a good time. So I hope this helps. There's a longer video. I'll put that in the description. I just released it today, but this is the shorter version. Have a good one and enjoy. Oh boy, I talk too much. Let's go do the boss real quick. Just knock out these guys. Oh, nice. Lots of chaos. More chaos. I'll pick up this stuff in a second. Ooh, more chaos. Boss should be right in here. Where's the door? Here's the door. And we'll drop our war banner, and he's done. I'll take all that. Cool. All right, I hope this helps. Cheers.